What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency stuff. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So this is Bitcoin on the daily time frame. A lot of people say that we are in this falling wedge pattern right here, and it kind of looks like it, to be honest. I've seen this drawn a bunch of different ways, but this is how I am drawing it. You can even go on to the weekly time frame too. This is the daily, and if we go to the weekly, you can see it's a similar pattern. Obviously, this is a long term. This is more on the weekly, like I was saying. But let's look at the daily. This is the daily time frame of Bitcoin. Looks to be in a falling wedge. We could be, absolutely. Typically, falling wedges are bullish patterns, and they typically break out to the upside. I think it's about 68% of the time they do tend to break up. So maybe it'll bounce around here for a little bit and then break up, come down, retest, and then shoot back up higher. Could be doing that, but we're just gonna have to see. Let me delete these little things. Anyways, I don't know how to delete it, but what we could do is we could, like I was saying, we could bounce around here in a little bit, come down, or we could go up to this trend line, go up to about 22,000 and then come down here to 13,000. Very possible. Come down here to 12,000, whatever, and then eventually break up, come down, retest, and then continue upwards. We could be doing that since the Feds are loosening their grips on the interest rates. They're possibly pivoting. I know in December it could be a 50 basis point hike instead of a 75 like it has been in the past. So if that does happen, this could continue upwards. Same with the S&P. The S&P could do pretty good. The only thing that's concerning for me on the S&P 500 is we are coming up to this blue trend line right here. So we've touched it right there, there, and we're coming up to it again. And I've been saying this just for a little bit, is we could be heading up to that trend line and then continue downwards. It depends what happens with markets, what happens with layoffs, what happens with all this other stuff. So I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. But we could bounce around here for a little bit and then drop down. If we did hit that top trend line and then drop all the way down, you know, that's a 27% drop. That'd be pretty brutal. Also, these two trend lines right here, that looks like a rising wedge, which is typically a bearish pattern. Typically, you'll see that roll over, roll over and then continue downwards. The thing that is concerning is this is a high, lower high, lower high, and are we forming another lower high? Because if we are, then the trend is the same and it's going to roll over and come down. Same with this. So we got a low, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. This one technically is a lower low, see, compared to that. And if we roll over, it would be a lower high and then continue down into a lower low. That is very concerning, but we're going to have to see what the Feds do with interest rates. If they do raise them more than 50 basis points, then markets are really going to dump. But we're just going to have to see about that. Long term, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I think most people that are in cryptocurrency are bullish on it. And I actually think after this FTX collapse and everything, I think there's going to be a lot more Bitcoin maximalists that come out of it. Because Bitcoin is decentralized. No one controls it. Unlike FTX, obviously people are controlling it. So I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot more Bitcoin maximalists that come out of this going into 2023 and 2024. So we've gone down quite a bit, dudes, guys and girls. 76% from the all-time high. That was a year ago. The thing that I do like, so typical bear markets, they last about 289 to 90 days. This, where we're at, is currently the second longest bear market that we have been in. So could we be at the end of this bear market? Maybe could we go sideways for a little bit and then pump up? I don't know. if we're comparing it back here to 2018, we didn't really have this massive blow off top. You can see we had more of a double top. This was a huge run up. I would say this is almost like this, but not as, crazy as it was. And then we had a little bit of run up. Obviously that was 100%. That was 30,000 up to 69,000, over 100% gain right there. But if we're comparing it to this section, I wonder if this is similar to this. We did have a massive drop. I remember that day, and I thought Bitcoin was going to zero. I don't know how many of you were here. That was, right before Thanksgiving in 2018, when it went from 6K, what was it, 6,500 down to 3,200 in like less than a month. It just was nonstop, just red. And it was scary, very scary. I thought it was going to zero. And I wish I would have bought right here, but I did not. I bought in here, and I bought right here before the massive run up. So this is where I got involved with cryptocurrency, was about right here. Anyways, if this plays out the same way right here, could be pretty interesting. But we'll have to see with the whole FTX collapse, because I've heard there's a lot more news coming out about that. Could be. Binance is looking to buy Voyager. Could that be a good thing? I don't know. Binance does have a lot of money, so it could be, I guess. I found this article that's kind of interesting. BitBoy Crypto sues fellow YouTuber Atozi. I don't know how to say his name, for defamation over shilling claims. This was, I guess, I don't know the whole story, but BitBoy talked about a project back in 2020, and then that project ended up being like a rug pull. And so this Atozi guy said that and made a video about it, how BitBoy was a scammer, I guess. And anyways, it's kind of an interesting story. You should go look at it. This is the guy right here that's getting sued. He gets served papers by BitBoy, and then eventually, he's in a lawsuit right now. He got several packages in the mail from BitBoy of a kind of like a brief, like a lawsuit brief or write-up, but it wasn't officially filed until like a month or two after he started receiving those packages. And then he got letters served by a random guy that showed up to his door and served him the letters that BitBoy was suing him for $75,000. Pretty interesting. So he started like a GoFundMe because I'm pretty sure he lives with his parents, if I remember this right, pretty young. $75,000, that's a lot of money, that's a lot of money. And plus he has to like get lawyers involved with it. And that could be, he was saying in that video, could range for anywhere from 50,000 up to 500,000. Even though this isn't a huge lawsuit, it's for 75,000, which is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. He says a lawyer would cost him anywhere from 50,000 to 500,000. And so he set up a GoFundMe, and it says within the first 24 hours, he received $20,000. And also this trader called Kobe on Twitter supposedly sent him 100,000 USDC to cover his legal defense. So pretty interesting little thing. Yeah, go watch this video. I'm not saying anything bad about either of them, but it was just something interesting I came across. So Cathy Wood, right? Her investment, I think it's called ARK investment, is down an insane amount of money, like probably billions of dollars, just like MicroStrategy. But she is still bullish on Bitcoin, saying that it'll hit $1 million. I think it was by 2030. So if right here, $1 million per coin by 2030. If it does, that's a lot to ask for. I'm not saying it can't happen, because Bitcoin went from 0 to 69,000 in 10 years, 13, 14 years, somewhere around there. So give it another 8 years. Could it be $1 million? Yeah, it could. Absolutely. But I think with all these regulations coming into play now, it could be a whole different ball game. So we'll have to see what happens. But she's still bullish on it. Same with the MicroStrategy guy, even though he is down probably $1 billion or more dollars. He's still buying Bitcoin and still he still believes in it, which I do too. But it would be rough being down that much money, or 70-80%. I'm sure a lot of you are, as well am I. I'm down a lot of money in crypto, but as we know, invest in these long-term projects that have a lot of potential to go to the upside, and then just hold it. Not financial advice at all, but the people that win in crypto are the holders and the exchanges. So you probably can't be an exchange, so be a holder. That's what I think. Anyways, thanks for watching this short video. This is your boy Colton. I'll see you guys on the flip. Peace.